Hello, my name is Carlos Gorito and I was the Brazilian representative at Abnormal Summit from JTBC. I'm here today to talk about 3 easy steps to help you develop a global mindset. For me, having a global mindset is to be able to relate and communicate with people from anywhere in the world. You might be asking yourself, so is it basically about speaking languages well? Well, languages are important. They're not everything. Communication and understanding require more than speaking a language. It is about relating and establishing trust. Let me tell you a story. I come from a small town in Brazil, from an average family. Nobody in our family had ever studied abroad. In fact, I was the first in my entire family to attend a prestigious university. I was also the first to take a plane. The fun thing is that most things I needed to adapt to the challenge of living in another country were things I learned before going abroad. And I am confident you can do it too with these 3 easy steps. First, be curious about the world. Ask yourself, what do you like about the world? You may like football, you may like music, or even movies. Now, try to transform something you like into useful knowledge. Of course, it's not a matter of just sitting down and listening to music or watching a game. You have to make a little effort. If you're watching a football game, try to research the teams that are playing. Where do they come from? Why do they have those names? What are the most famous players and which languages do they speak? The first time I learned about Korea was watching football. It's been a while. It was during the '94 World Cup in the United States. The game was between Korea and Spain. And I was very curious about the Korean national team uniform, which had a unique design. At that time, I had no internet, so I needed to look on books to learn that the Korean capital was Seoul, and that it was a beautiful country. I never thought I would live in Korea someday. But I like to think that somehow, watching that football game left a good impression in my mind that I would remember later when I decided to come to Korea to study. If you keep learning about things you have a genuine interest, you naturally develop a curiosity and accumulate knowledge about them. Don't put pressure on yourself. This should be fun and natural, so you may develop your own method of learning and keeping track of your research. Second, include the world in your life. In my hometown in Brazil, we had people from very different backgrounds. In fact, I myself come from a multicultural family. My father is Brazilian, while my mom is from Portugal, in Europe. So I grew up listening to the different accents of my grandparents, and it became something natural for me. At school, I would study with kids from different races and religions. One of my best friends, with whom I keep close contact even today, is black. And another good friend was from the Middle East, from Syria. So whenever we had birthday parties, when all the kids would gather at their family's house, we would try different foods. I still remember how much I enjoyed the Middle Eastern barbecue, which is one of my favorite foods even today. Although it was a small town, today I'm very thankful for the opportunities I had there. I was able to meet the world naturally. At one point, trying different foods and meeting people from different backgrounds became something very natural for me. Actually, I never thought of them as different. They were just my friends. Of course, not everyone lives in a multicultural environment like this, but you can always make an effort. Seoul is becoming more and more international with more multicultural families. There are cultural events, concerts, and even festivals where you can try and experience cultures from many different parts of the world. If not, there is always a new restaurant where you can discover new flavors. I sincerely encourage you to go and try them. I am sure you'll discover new things you like without having to go very far from your home. Third, let yourself dream. When I was in high school, I dreamed of studying abroad, but it seemed like something impossible for me. I didn't know anyone who had gone to university in another country. So even though it was my dream, I decided to postpone it, and I applied to a university in Brazil. But despite having good schools not far from my hometown, I went to the farthest place I could. It took me 24 hours by bus to get there. so it felt like another country, even if it was still in Brazil. And indeed, it was, with a slightly different culture and traditions. Today, I feel like it was a good decision. Going to university in another region was a step towards my dream of living abroad. I learned to take care of myself and my health while keeping my responsibilities. One day, I learned about a scholarship to come to Korea. I had never thought of coming to Korea, but I felt like it was a good opportunity for me. So I decided to take the challenge. And 12 years later, I'm still here, with many stories to tell. I've been on national TV every week. I've written for newspapers. I've even met the president. My parents and my sisters could never believe I would do so many different things. To tell you the truth, I could never imagine I would do these things one day, but they just happened. And they will happen to you too. It may take some time, hard work, and patience. But if you prepare yourself to achieve your dreams, one day at a time, they will come. And you'll be surprised too. Try to follow these 3 simple steps. Study hard, research hard, and learn as much as you can from every experience you have, from both the successes and failures, from every person you meet, your teachers, your family, and your friends. Most of them will be very happy to teach you something valuable that you carry for your life. And get ready to fly high towards your dreams. Go after them. Thank you for watching, and good luck!